Chapter 2 Biological Classification, video number 5. Students, in this video we will be studying kingdom fungi. Now, in video 4, I have taught you about the different types of fungal spore. Now, in this video, we will be studying about kingdom fungi. Students, you know that this kingdom fungi, it constitutes of heterotrophic organisms. These, for example, you know the common fungi like bread mold. Then the orange, if you keep it outside, the orange gets rots. You get white thing, something develops on that orange. That is known as orange rot. That is due to fungus. Then the mushroom that you eat, that is a fungi. The yeast that you put to make breads, that is also a fungi. So these fungi, children, there are some edible fungi like mushroom and yeast, but these fungi causes a lot of diseases like white rust, black rot. There are many diseases, wheat rust. Same way, these fungi are also used to prepare antibiotics like penicillium. Penicillium is an antibiotic which was prepared at the time of Second World War, and it is prepared from a fungi known as Penicillium notatum. Now, can you tell me, why do we generally keep our food in fridge, in refrigerators, in cool places? If we keep it outside in summers, what will happen? Obviously, if we keep it outside in summers, it will get spoiled. Fungus may develop. Why? Because fungus, they grow better in warm and humid places. So we keep it in refrigerators where you get cool temperature. Temperature is low, and so it does not create any problem. Now, talking about the fungi, yeast is a fungi which is unicellular. Rest the fungi are multicellular. They are filamentous. The fungi body is long. It is cylinder, thread-like structure. And these thread-like structures are known as hyphae. And a network of hyphae is known as mycelium. Let me show over here. I have drawn here. Now look here. This structure is a structure of an hyphae, of a mycelium. Each, if you can call, it is a hyphae, and if it forms a network of this hyphae is known as mycelium. Now, these hyphae can be multinucleated. If you can see over here, I have shown this is an hyphae. It can be multinucleated. Many nucleus present in the cytoplasm. If it is so, then you call it as choanocytic hyphae. Or the hyphae may be septate. Can you see these septas? It is small chambers. So it is septate, and it is uninucleated. What is septa? Septa is the cross wall. So the hyphae can be aseptate. Aseptate is this, where you do not find the cross wall, where you do not find the septa, or it may be septate. Now, previous videos also I have told you that the fungi contains cell wall, but the cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin or polysaccharide. It is not made up of cellulose. Now, if you talk about fungi they can be saprophytes, they are parasites, or they are symbiotic. Saprophytes, you know what are saprophytes. Saprophytes, they feed on dead and decaying matter. So maximum of the fungi are saprophyte. There are many fungi which are parasites on plants or which are parasites on animals. Or these fungi may live as symbionts. Very common example is when the fungi is in symbiosis with algae, it is known as lichens. And if the fungi is in symbiosis and in the roots of higher plants, you call it as mycorrhiza. Children, I would like to tell you over here that lichens, they are a measure of pollution. Lichens will never grow where it is polluted, and if lichens are growing on plants, then you see that the pollution is very, very less. There is no pollution in that area. Many a times you may have seen white color patches on the trees when you go to hilly regions, hilly areas, hill stations. Those are what? Lichens. Now these fungi, they may reproduce by vegetative method, by a vegetative method like fragmentation, fission or budding. They may reproduce by asexual method, that is spore formation, which I have already discussed in the previous video. The different types of spores like conidia, sporangiospores, zoospores. As well as I have also discussed sexual spores over there, if you remember, ascospores, basidiospores. These fungi can also undergo sexual reproduction. Now, in sexual reproduction in fungi, which is quite primitive, what happens? Two hyphae, compatible hyphae, come close to each other, and first thing that the protoplasm fuses, which is known as plasmogamy. So the first step is fusion of protoplasm, which is known as plasmogamy. The second step is fusion of the two nuclei, that is known as karyogamy. And once this karyogamy takes place, then the zygote is being formed, and this zygote now undergoes meiosis division, that is, it forms haploid spores. Children, further on in these chapters, you will study that cell division is of two types, mitosis and meiosis. Meiosis is when it has to form gametes, where the chromosome number is half. So the zygote undergoes meiosis to form haploid spores. Haploid means half the number of chromosomes. Now, in many fungi, rather in lower fungi, plasmogamy is immediately followed by karyogamy, and the zygote is being formed, which is immediately followed by meiosis division. But there are some fungi, especially which belongs to classes like Basidiomycetes, where after plasmogamy, the karyogamy does not take place immediately. That means the two protoplasm fuses, and after the two protoplasm fuses, immediately after that the two nuclei does not fuse. Rather, the two nuclei remains in the hyphae as such. That is known as a dikaryon phase or dikaryophase. After some time, these two nuclei will fuse and form a zygote, and then it will again undergo meiosis division. Now, this meiosis division will obviously take place by forming a fruiting body, like you have seen in Ascocarp, asci was formed, or in Basidiocarp, the basidium is formed. So the fruiting bodies are formed. These fruiting bodies will form haploid spores. Children, again I am telling you, these words I have made it very clear in video number 4. That's why I just made video number 4 very small, only focusing on these terms. If you have not seen that video, please go through that video first, then you come and see this video. Then only you will understand it, what the terms are. Ascocarp, Basidiocarp, what are they? Now, let us talk about the different classes of kingdom fungi. The very first class of kingdom fungi is Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes, members of Phycomycetes are aquatic. They are found in moist places, in damp places. The members of Phycomycetes are obligate parasites. Children, what do we mean by obligate parasite? Obligate parasites are the parasites which cannot complete their life cycle without moving into the host. If they do not move into the host, they will not complete their life cycle. That is known as obligate parasite. They are also known as holoparasite. Now, members of Phycomycetes groups are aseptate. That means it doesn't have a septa, without a septa. Now, if it is without a septa, obviously it will be multinucleated choanocytic. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores. I told you zoospores are motile spores, or by aplanospores, which are non-motile spores, and these spores are produced endogenously in a fruiting body known as sporangium. Again, I am telling you these terms. I have used it in video number 4. Please go through it. Now, after that, these zygospores. What do you mean by zygospores? Zygospores are formed if these spores fuse together. These spores act as gametes, and the two gametes fuse to form what? Zygospores. Now, these gametes may be similar in structure, in morphology. Morphology means external structure. It may be similar in external structure. It may be similar in morphology. If it is similar in morphology, you call it as isogamous. And if the gametes are dissimilar, that means one is small, another is big, then you call it as anisogamous or oogamous. Some of the common example belonging to this class Phycomycetes is mucor, rhizopus, that is bread mold, or albugo, it's a parasitic fungi on mustard. Now we come up to next class, that is class Ascomycetes. Children, the name itself is saying Ascomycetes. That means here the members will reproduce by forming asci. Do you remember asci, ascocarp? A sac-like structure which contains the spores known as ascocarp. So these members of Ascomycetes are known as sac fungi. They are multicellular. Penicillium is one of the common example of this class Ascomycetes. This Penicillium is multicellular, but this class Ascomycetes also contains unicellular yeast, which is known as the biological name of yeast is Saccharomyces. The members are saprophytic. The members are decomposers. The members may be parasitic or coprophilous. What is coprophilous? If they grow on dung, cow dung. Now, the mycelium may be branched or it may be septate. The mycelium may be branched or septate. If it reproduces asexually, then it forms spores known as conidia. And I have explained you, conidia is exogenously produced on the hyphae known as conidiophores. Conidia on germination will give rise to new mycelium. And if it undergoes its reproduction by sexual reproduction, then sexual spores known as ascospores are produced endogenously in a sac-like structure called asci. And if you remember, I told you, I had explained that there are 8 ascospores formed in one asci. Go through the video again. This is an ascus where 8 ascospores are formed inside one asci. Now, these asci will obviously are inside the asci is present what the ascospores. Now, these ascospores, when gets released, it gives rise to new organism. Examples are Aspergillus, Claviceps, Neurospora. Children, Neurospora is widely used in the genetic work. Next comes the class Basidiomycetes. Common example is mushroom, bracket fungi, puffball. They grow on soil, on log, on tree stumps. They may grow in living plant bodies as parasites, for example, rust and smuts. And if they are growing as parasites on these plant bodies, they cause diseases. Now, these myceliums are branched and septate. If they grow asexually, if they reproduce asexually, they do not reproduce asexually. Asexual spores are not found over here, but they reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. Sex organ is absent, and here plasmogamy, that is fusion of two hyphae, take place, and this results in a dikaryotic phase. That means immediately the nucleus will not fuse, the two nuclei will remain in the dikaryon phase. Now, this dikaryotic phase will give rise to a club-shaped basidium. Once this basidium is being formed, if you remember, again I'll tell you, if you have seen video 4, I've shown what is a basidium. I'll show you again. This is the basidium. Once this basidium is being formed, then karyogamy takes place. Till basidium is formed, it is in the dikaryon phase. Once basidium is formed, then karyogamy takes place, and after karyogamy, it undergoes meiosis and it forms 4 haploid spores known as basidiospores, which are present on a stalk-like structure known as pterygma. Common examples of this class are mushroom, agaricus, astilago, and Puccinia. Last class, that is Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes, they are known as imperfect fungi. Why, children? Because over here those fungi are kept whose only asexual or vegetative phase is known. We keep those fungi in this group Deuteromycetes, and that is also temporarily, till the research goes on, and once we come to know what type of sexual reproduction it undergoes, then accordingly we transfer it to the above 3 classes which we have studied. In that also, I would rather mention over here, generally these fungi which we keep in Deuteromycetes either fall in class Ascomycetes or Basidiomycetes. We generally do not find them falling in class Phycomycetes. These fungi, they reproduce asexually by conidia. Their mycelium is septate and branched. Their members will be saprophytes or parasites, or they may be decomposers. Some of the examples are Alternaria, Calyptrotrichum and Trichoderma. Students, I would like to say one thing, that the next two kingdom, that is kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia, will not be discussed in this chapter, chapter 2. Reason because kingdom Plantae is a separate chapter, chapter 3, and kingdom Animalia is a separate chapter, chapter number 4, where we will discuss it in detail and study in detail. And my next video will be on viruses and viroids and lichens. Thank you.